Linas on the mid lane, and they wouldn't really stray a lot from what you know they will pick. I feel like the new alliance is fresh, and I think they have some inspiration when it comes to drafts that's a bit different, and that they can play the meta a little bit better, perhaps, than the previous stacks, or they're more eager to adopt the meta. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I agree. I also think this alliance has a very different hero pool, right? Like you touched on it a bit. Like the old alliance had this very set hero pool for Limp, and generally like FNG and Nico Baby. You know, like I feel like they had this very set in stone way of drafting and playing, whereas the new one might need a bit more time to actually figure out how do we enable Lelis, how do we enable Supreme, right? And yeah, maybe this is kind of the beginning. Like, you know, just a couple of wins can really make or break confidence in a team. So
yeah, this is why I keep waiting for them to pick more like, Lelis based heroes. Like, yes, he can play the Mars, yes, he can play, the Timbersaws are popular heroes, but I want to see them enable him and play his style of Dota and adapt their style to suit his style, because he is an outstanding player. I think Lelis is absolutely fantastic. So let's get into the draft for the first game of the series and see exactly how this one is going to go. And we do have ourselves a pick already. And Team Liquid actually banning out the Beastmaster against him as well. So, I mean, this is a hero I've been calling for all the time for Alliance. Like, last time we watched them play, I was like, pick him Beastmaster. I don't know. I love Lelis Beastmaster, and clearly Team Liquid fear it as well.
Yeah, that Spirit Breaker pick from Alliance actually is a hero that's... we talk about him all the time, highly contested in Eastern Europe. I believe recently Boxy has played it on Team Liquid. This time around, Alliance actually snatched it away from them, and they take the Snapfire as well from Team Liquid. So two heroes, you could argue that these are heroes that Team Liquid has played recently, and that's why Alliance are picking it. But they're truly just meta, and you're doing that. What's the name for the combo, Nomad, that you gave it? The cookie and the charge?
I can't remember.
I think you had something. In any case, it's a funny one to watch.
Radiant team.
It is indeed, yes. The grandma yeeting the cookie at the Spirit Breaker as she goes past. That's the one. Yeah, follows it to its target. I mean, we don't actually see it very often when we see this combo, but it is pretty legit when you do pull it off. So Liquid, they start things off with a Bane, and then they grab an Invoker as their second pick of the first phase. Now they can protect this Invoker with 3 bans here. But yeah, what are we thinking from this startup? I mean, I know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Exhort, and I'm thinking an Aghanims.
You think he's going to play Exhort, or you think eventually he will play Exhort?
Well, technically, he always has to eventually take Exhort, but I hope he plays Exhort Invoker. I don't know. I like it more because I'm just a simple man.
Cosvex, has he actually played Exhort
5 seconds
in recent times? I don't remember actually. So I think he's more of a Cosvex, but I might be wrong. But anyways, like, it's nice setup, right, with the Bane for Sunstrike for sure. I do think that it's also a nice response to Spirit Breaker generally. Because you have a couple of ways to cancel charge early on, and I mean throughout the game generally.
Yeah, I do like that. At the same time, if we see something aggressive on the mid lane together with the Spirit Breaker, right?
Yeah.
Invoker might have some problems.
I mean, we saw that against Alliance, right? It was Nigma running that, and this Invoker died.
Right?
Yes, Puck.
Yeah. 5 seconds
Breaker.
Radiant team ban. Alliances.
But it looks like they
Lina,
are
the Conker banned out popular heroes against the Invoker.
They are banning for the Quasvex a bit, right? With the Kunkka ban, Lina. But yeah, the Puck is still there if Alliance wants it. So this is like Supreme Queen of Pain. Just she has been playing a lot recently.
I think that's a good idea for them as well. With Spirit Breaker, you can just dive the tower so easily, making Invoker's life hell.
True. The times we've seen Spirit Breaker struggle is the times in which he's not really had any mobility to go along with him, and then he just kind of runs in deep and no one's deep with him, and he dies a sad, lonely death. So Queen of Pain would definitely address that, but as with the Puck.
Yeah, then again, do you guys think that this should be an Aramis Spirit Breaker, or perhaps Leslau playing it?
I think this might be their duel off. But, I mean, we don't know for sure, right? I think Aramis played the Snapfire last time, and I think he did a really good job. He had really early griefs actually, which is not something you see that often. But to be honest, if you can get griefs like early on in the game, the item is amazing, right?
Void incarnate.
Yeah, some
Yeah,
Greaves, some Blink plus the Shard as well, right? On the
Yep.
Snapfire always works well for you. And they get the Void Spirit. It kind of serves the same purpose, right? Same that we were talking about the Puck, about the Queen of Pain. You get
10
this hero that
seconds
can dive
remaining.
the Invoker. As long as he doesn't play like Sumail played it
5
today, that
seconds
was
remaining.
versus Invoker, that was a little bit rough to watch. He did win in the end.
Whoa! Yeah,
Relax,
he
the
did win.
fanboys. He won in the end. It doesn't matter. The laning stage wasn't great though.
No, it was a bit overzealous. He started to get an advantage, and then he was like, right, I'm going under this tower. I need to rub salt on this wound. And unfortunately, it did just end up feeding about 3 times in a row. But, he won the game, so obviously it was all part of the master plan. And the master plan for Liquid is going to be Grimstroke Wraith King.
10 seconds remaining.
You get that double stun. You get a decent lane. I'm just
5
wondering
seconds
if this
remaining.
Wraith King and Grimstroke will lane together, or do you just like the Grimstroke here and you put Bane and Wraith King anyway? We've seen some Banes be played on the offlane as well. I mean,
Yeah.
position 5 but played on the offlane.
I think it's still up for debate, right? I think maybe Insania is kind of a Grimstroke player, right?
He
Whereas
loves that
Moxie
hero.
kind of plays anything, and he's also like more of a ganker, like setting up kills with grip and stuff, I would say. So I think it makes
Yeah.
sense for them.
Mhm.
And it's also like a very solid way of drafting from first pick. I feel where you just kind of you kind of show your hand, but it's like whatever you have is just so solid that it doesn't really matter what alliance are going to pick right now. Your heroes are good, and you have the last pick to
Radiant
counter
team
the
ban.
whatever you see here.
Damn, Venom, man. This is
All
something
right.
that we've seen
Huh.
today banned out,
Yeah.
right? Like,
I like that.
Mhm.
It's like a nice way of like disrupting Liquid's plans, right? Of having this nice clean game where your Bane is happy, Grimstroke is happy. These guys don't like Venomancer
10
at all.
seconds
Like
remaining.
they get hit by one hit from the
5
snakes and
seconds remaining. Alliances
Yeah.
Run home?
turn
like
to ban.
yeah, they wanna leave the game. So
I don't-
it's kind of nice.
Is there not quite a bit of an issue here in that they have got so much lockdown on Team Liquid? Sometimes we do see these Venos getting killed off before they get a chance to use their ultimate.
No,
Is that a
Radiant
possibility with this
team
draft?
ban.
not really. In my like the way I see it at the moment, to kill the Venomancer, you need a hero that can get on top of him easily, without the necessity of a blink, right? So your storms, your spirit breakers, these kind of heroes, some spirit. Team
I see.
Liquid, you can't approach the Venom. That's the problem.
10
Every time
seconds
you want to
remaining.
gank him, you'll have to use a smoke. They need to address this problem with the last pick.
5 seconds
Or-
remaining.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they've
They
got the
will
lockdown, but
struggle.
not the catch.
Exactly.
Vision
like-
is, I mean, Venomancer is so much about the vision that the snakes provide, right? The ultimate is kind of like, it's like, okay, right? But it's so much more about the map control that you get from putting down all these snakes everywhere, right? On hills, and like, you get so much information out and slow everyone. And I mean, he can be really effective in lane as well. But it is an acquired hero, right? I mean, I'm sure Lelis has played it a lot and for Alliance too, so I think it's a pretty cool pick, although they need a hard carry last, like a really a big boy, that can win them the game, because they don't really have. They have some good scaling, but not
Alliances
like
turn to ban.
amazing physical damage right now.
and both PA and Morphling would fit that role perfectly well, right? Like they banned out these two heroes. Another one that I wouldn't mind seeing actually isn't banned out. Is a Monkey King, like a decent core versus the Wraith
10
King.
seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I love that.
Doesn't struggle versus any of these heroes that are in the
Yeah.
5
on the
seconds
table right
remaining.
now.
Yeah, I think it's something we saw a ton of in the Chinese DPC last year, where people were just constantly, Wraith King was super popular, and people just constantly started answering it with the Monkey King, and it becomes really difficult because you go for the reincarnation, and there's just a Wukong's command on your head, and there's 20 monkeys bonking you non-stop. So Team Liquid will be going for the Luna here.
It's an offlane Wraith King.
Offlane
That's
Wraith
what this
plus
is.
Grimstroke, is that what they're doing? I suppose.
Yeah, I
right?
think so. I think that's what's happening here.
Cute. Okay, do we like
Which
it?
is-
I haven't
Doesn't
seen
fix
it in a
their
while.
issue, right?
But can't you pick like a Terrorblade now? All of a sudden, doesn't this change things a
5
bit?
seconds
Where you can actually
remaining.
pick some carriers that will just beat this. Because like the thing about playing Wraith King 3 and is that you don't have this traditional offlaner, right? That gives you team fight.
Do you
You
build
play-
the same
kinda
way?
playing
Do you
like
just
a-
go for the blink and initiation into that
I
stun,
think
right? That's
from
what
what-
you're doing.
nah,
Do you
from
go for
what I've-
Dominator?
No, from what I've seen, you still go
Now
armlet
select your heroes.
and you still just play. At least I think maybe it depends, right? But I think I've seen armlet actually into Deso. Like you just
So
play
you're
a
playing
Wraith
a
King.
carry, right?
Yes, you just play a Wraith King. You just go off.
Yeah, that's a report in my pubs.
I think
But
it was 33 who played it, and he's max stun out though early on.
okay, right. Yeah, we did see that actually earlier on with him maxing the stun. So I just want to talk about this Troll Warlord before we wrap things up here. I mean, is this the Terrorblade style hero you were hoping for, Misery?
Yeah, I can also see Troll being good here because he has so much support in his other heroes that allows him to hit right. All the slow from Veno, all the chaos with Void Spirit, Spirit Breaker. So I can definitely see it working. It's also like the Troll can take up so much space from Alliance's map, gets really fat, whereas Liquid kind of has to spread their farm amongst 3 cores. So yeah, I could see this work for Alliance.
Alrighty, okay. It could work. Will it work? Lizard, tell us. Just tell us how the game's going to go now, so we
How
don't
the
have to
game's
watch
gonna
it. So we
go
can just
now?
turn it off.
Yeah,
Yep.
Team Liquid is greedy, but it won't matter. They're in their form, and they'll somehow make the magic work. It will work out for them. There.
Misery.
I mean,
Prophecy.
it's also hard to predict against Team Liquid right now, right? But I do like where Alliance's draft is at. I think it's more well balanced. So I'm gonna go with Alliance. Let's go.
Okay, not underestimating the guys on Alliance and in fact casting a vote their way. I think that's fair enough. I mean, it's very hard to vote against Team Liquid in their current form, but I would agree. I think this feels greedy. It feels slow. I don't know how many options they have. And as we said before, I think this Venomance pick actually seems amazing. And Leslau is a fantastic offlane player. I think he's kind of the best player on Alliance, perhaps, at least when it comes to consistency. If he can control the game on this Venomancer, then I don't think that Team Liquid are going to stand much of a chance. So let's throw it over to our casting duo for this first game, this knockout best of 3, and it's a knockout duo of B Cup and Black.
Thank you very much. We are a knockout duo. I'm the left hand, Black's the right hand. The
Do you knock
1-2
or
punch
do I knock?
combination. You could take it.
I
On the-
think you
on
like
the
the
setup.
setup, right? And then I swing in
Yeah.
from the BAM!
Yeah,
I
with
could
an
see that
overhand
happen.
right.
2 seconds to
Yeah,
battle.
like you like the decoy left, then like, oh shit, and I give like an uppercut or something, BAM! Right through the ceiling.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And then you just see the bottom half torso and legs hanging out from the top of the ceiling.
yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough.
That sounds very reasonable, right? And very realistic too.
We're definitely strong enough. We got this.
Yeah. I
And the
believe in
question
you.
is, which of these two teams is strong enough to win this game?
It's a little bit of a tough one. I'm personally not the biggest fan of Venomancer, so let's see what he can do. But I'm also not a very big fan of offlane Wraith King, so yeah. We'll see, I guess, what I hate more as the game progresses. But as Misery already alluded to, it's not like your common offlane that offers team fight. Like, sure, you have a stun, you can push towers with the skeletons, but you're still gonna itemize into like the traditional carry Wraith King from the offlane, right?
Choice is made.
Right. It's just a question of how quickly and if you can get that farm that you want those items with. And this combination, so it's first level Brain Sap up top with the Wraith Fire Blast, and then mid Void Spirit up against the Invoker. He's gone first level into the Wex, first level Aether Remnant for Supreme.
Very wise.
We get a quick pause. We can kind of break it down a little bit more.
The hell is that?
You think you could pull off that voice line if they had you record it? That death line?
Isn't it like a little bit like enhancements going on there?
Might be.
Sounds like it, right? Like I did the other day. I went through like 80 heroes of Dota and did like an impression of their voices. I did so well. Like if you missed it, you should definitely watch the BO3. It was so good. Like I'm actually gonna search for a job in the voice acting business.
And then we we did the voice lines at the DPC last year, and I did not nail it.
You did not nail it, indeed. I'm glad you remember your failures. It's important to learn for the future.
Very true. All right, Luna already at 6-2 in the bottom lane.
Yeah, the biggest problem Venomancer has, like against dual range, that he can't really bully, it's just that his base damage is pretty damn low, so last hitting is a big issue, especially early on. It gets alleviated a little bit by the poison sting, which applies to the 6 damage like right away, so it adds to your last hit damage, but it's still not very impressive, right? When compared to like a Luna. You have 14 damage behind the Luna. Even more. Kind of ridiculous. I only like Venomancer if you can really bully the lane. Like you play against an Ursa or something like that, and you just absolutely crush the lane. I'm a big fan of the hero, but just like this, we'll see what it can do though.
And we'll give it a look. We'll give it a peep to see if it can get it done. Top lane, Fire Snap Cookie coming down. Scatterblast used behind skin and that hit on Bullseye as well as Boxy. They've got the Nightmare on this Snapfire for a second. They'll throw some right clicks, just some harassment damage the way of the snap, nothing more. And they'll pop that south.
Courier has been killed.
Yeah. Top lane should be pretty easy for Troll as the levels get higher. Because the skeletons can't hit you, the heroes can't hit you because of your whirling axes. We have seen so much Troll today actually. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he just kind of popped off. A hero that we didn't see day one at all. I don't think it was really banned much either, and all of a sudden it's finding its way into every single game, basically.
Yeah, sometimes it looks really good, other times it looks average or mid lane Invoker. So be a bit careful. I hate this infinite region from Quas. Like I literally pick Quas Rex Invoker when I'm like, nah, I don't want to lose my lane.
Ooh, another
And I
Aether,
say that though.
Assimilate,
That's
not enough damage, even with the Resonant Pulse.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
And then first blood up top as they try to use that Nightmare, but Nico Baby gets first blood on Boxy.
no stun available, so yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And that's the perfect start for a hero like Troll. Exactly what you want. You want to dominate your lane, gets the first blood, it's gonna have his Falcon Blade.
And he's got a salve to work with.
Yeah, like what more do you want? What, no rune though for the Void Spirit. Does he have a healing self? He doesn't have a healing self either.
He's gonna have to really hide because they already know with the way Zai's positioning that Boxy hasn't made his way back to lane yet, and now they actually spot him going back to lane. Meanwhile, Inkswell, Aramis doesn't get hit.
Death. How was that?
Sounds pretty good when I get to hear it back to back like that. EMP Tornado mid and Supreme Assimilate trying to survive, and he's got the Resonant Pulse. Is it enough to soak up all the damage? One more shot. Aether Rain. Oh, he wants to go for it, but by doing so, he kills himself.
Supreme hesitated. If he went for the right away, he would have killed the Invoker instead. He had enough time to right-click him, but he wasn't sure.
Yeah, the hesitation kills him.
Yeah, hesitation is defeat. We all know it. We all know it. And now Invoker sits there and heals up to full HP because Quas is very balanced.
Senya is not in a good spot. Yeah. Promise is denied. Well done.
Yeah, I'm really impressed.
This offlane Wraith King. So he's maxing out skeletons, which means he just wants to put on the pressure on the tower, but against Troll it's not really that easy. I guess they do have a Tricore, which can scale really well into late game. I just don't know if they have enough utility or not.
Ooh, Supreme.
Oh, gets denied the rune again. It's so
He
annoying.
wanted that arcane rune, but he's not going to grab it, and he's taking some damage here from the right clicks of Boxy.
What do you think so far of Boxy transitioning to 4? How do you like it?
It's all right so far. You know, obviously they're finding success.
Yeah, he's been playing it even previously, right? When Tiger was still there, like when he plays like Enigma offlane, he would already play 4, so he's pretty accustomed to doing so.
Insania again getting hit with that Venomous Gale. They've got Aramis coming in.
He's dead again.
And Inkswell not going to do much for him. They've got the charge. Can they get the deny? No, they can't. Lizzo will actually get credit for that one. Bit of damage coming out from Matumba Man, but dealing with this Spirit Breaker Veno combo is not exactly easy.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is that at least the Luna is getting a lot of farm. But yeah, Venomancer are also very rich because of the couple of kills he's gotten there. And actually Void Spirit, the one struggling quite a bit. You see the Void Spirit, what he's doing? That's what no one did before. And I'm still wondering why is it actually happening. It's so inefficient. I don't know if there's like some next level meta play that I missed out on, but
It's just allowing Mickey to dominate the lane, get all the CS, work towards his first item.
they're going in the Bane, the Bane, the Bane.
Oxy caught. They've got 3 here. A little shredder, and that brain sap's not going to do much of anything for them, but they do have a tornado landing on it too. Matumba Man is here. They drop down the EMP. They've got the Lucent Beam on Aramis, and they'll chase this Spirit Breaker, trying to get the kill. Unskin's ready to go with a cookie if need be.
Okay, Raven is deciding to farm the whole of the enemy jungle.
And he's got those skeletons
Why the hell
to
not?
do so.
Is under attack.
Yeah, actually a pretty nice approach. Just steal additional farm away from the troll. Invis on Snapfire here. Can I set up on the Invoker perhaps? Think they need to bring more heroes. Wait, Rayfish is rotating middle.
Yeah, he wants to come over. They found Supreme, and he baits out the Wraithfire Blast baits the Wraithfire Blast to get the Dissimulate. Now the Tornado lands onto this Void Spirit. They'll land the Aether Remnant, but Zai will give up on this approach.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's one way to avoid a bad matchup. Just go
Dire's
jungle
middle
and
tower is under attack.
don't play the lane at all and start pressuring the mid lane. Les Lau is actually forced to TP to mid lane here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I love what Zai is doing here. Creates so much space for his team.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior. Radiant's
Rama's
top
got a
tower
very
is
deep
under
ward in.
attack.
Has to be careful though. Ooh, just missed. Over the cliff, won't be able to kill him. And Troll TP's bottom to start pressuring the bot tower. Okay, a lot of lane swaps going on here.
A lot of lane swapping and a lot of looking to grab that first safe lane tower, first tier 1 tower, really.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, top lane we have just...
I've got the Nightmare on Leslau. McKay coming over, and they will charge this Bane. Aether Remnant doesn't land, but the charge is coming. Leslau, no mana and no life.
Is under attack.
Yeah, it's one of the big weaknesses that Venomancer has. If you ever get on top of him, he doesn't really have any defensive tools at all to survive.
Aether Remnant
Doesn't get the
lands on the
rune.
Wraith King.
Yeah, unlucky that it spawned top. Arcane room for the Invoker probably. But yeah, what you want to do as Venomancer is just make them not be able to go on you at all, right? Like all these wards standing around, just make it really uncomfortable. But if you get caught out in the jungle like that, it's just a freeze kill.
So, Supreme, you see where the tier 1 tower is. Zai taking over. You do have the Invoker going towards top.
Yep, just start pressuring the towers. If there's no response, the top tower should fall relatively easily.
Doesn't look like there's going to be a response because they're focusing on getting the bottom tier 1.
Dire's top tower is under
Which
Yeah.
which may not be as easy as it seems, because this top tier 1's going to go down pretty soon, and they can rotate to do something here bottom, and they get the charge onto Insania. They're going to look for this Grimstroke kill. And they have found it very easily. They play I Spy and get it. Meanwhile, over mid, though, Mickey gets the kill on a Supreme. So, yeah, you're going to get this bottom tier 1, but you might need to rotate to save your mid tier 1, and you already lost your top tier 1.
Now, mid tier 1 also seems to be all but down at this point already.
They're going to charge in.
Yeah, but the skeletons are doing too much damage.
Yeah,
it's gone already.
Dire's middle tower.
All right, now the map is completely broken open for the Radiant,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
which should enable Luna to farm up a Storm Troll. Still neck and neck with the Luna though. And we've seen before how bad of a matchup it can be if the Troll gets on top of the Luna. Going into the Battle Fury. You like that? I'm a much bigger fan of Maelstrom personally.
I've liked the Maelstrom a bit more than the Battle Fury, but I guess it depends on the game, right?
Yeah, it's just like so much easier to kill Roshan and stuff with the Maelstrom. A lot
Do
of
you think the
mixed
difference
damage.
maker is the Falcon Blade?
Tower is under attack.
Whereas like we saw like first item Maelstrom, but this is Falcon Blade Battle Fury.
Potentially. Or it
Stun
might just be like a
strike.
greedy approach.
Onskin, one shot, deafening blast, not gonna be enough.
Yeah, Fairy Fire. Healing him up just enough to survive. But I think Liquid is very happy with the pace this game is going at. Luna has more net worth than Troll, and Wraith King is also pretty rich. The only problem I can really see is that in mid-late game they don't have enough utility because of the heroes. But the same can be said about Venomancer. It's literally just a damage offlane. Oh, Matu. Oh, he had the
Charge
right
is
idea,
coming
but went
through.
the wrong way.
Spirit Vessel, Venomous Gale onto the man. They look to get that Nether Strike onto the Luna as well. Nightmare might be enough to get a save of some sort, or at least a trade. They've got a 1-for-1 so far, but it will end up as a 1-for-2 as they do take out the Bane. On the other side of the fight, though, now Zai's in, and he's got no help for the moment. Does have that second life, so it's going to take a lot of time for them to get this kill onto the Wraith King. They took the first life out of his hands. He's been slowed up. The Tornado comes in, lands onto 2. They've got the Wraith Fire Blast out on the Hanskin. They'll use that ult from Leslau, but Leslau's going to lose his life. Supreme catches this Invoker. Mickey hit with the Aether Remnant as well as the Spirit Vessel, and Nico Baby coming in to get the finish on the Invoker. They have the charge coming through, which will ultimately go to the Creeps.
Run from the venomous one.
And it's a back and forth fight.
Radiant's courier
That
has been killed.
almost seems to slightly favor Alliance.
Yeah, that was a very big win, especially the Troll was the big winner of this whole fight. He's gonna have his Battle Fury now, going straight into the BKB
Dire's
after.
middle tower is under
And
attack.
like Matu had the right idea that he knew that he was coming for them, for him, but he just walked the dangerous path down the river, gets caught because of it. If he walked left, like this entire sequence of events would have never happened. We spoke about it before, how like one little misstep can lead to a lot of unfortunate things. Yeah, it was showcased perfectly right there.
Radiant are scanning.
Lexi in the trees. He doesn't have Fiend's Group, but he does have the Nightmare ready to go. Let's see.
Yeah,
come on
potentially wants
over.
to set up for kill.
Nightmare. EMP. They've got the silence. They've drained the mana, and they should have this kill onto the Snapfire.
They got us.
Well positioned.
Yeah, reading the map like super well was Team Liquid there. They're all ready for that smoke. As soon as they get revealed, they're ready to kill them. Not the biggest loss, it's just a support,
Dire's
but
top tower is under attack.
just shows that Liquid is very, very aware of what Alliance is planning to do. Bane's actually going to blink like a first item. Very interesting, he almost has it. Might end up feeding just before it though. Oh, that would be bad.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
I
He
think he
gets
got
it.
it.
So the bounty rune.
Very green to go for the last creep, and he might pay for it with his life.
Charge Venomous Gale on a Boxy. Easy kill here. I'll eventually run him down.
Yeah, too much overtime poison damage, and that kill is very important for the Venom because he gets the 2 vessel charges.
Thanks for kind and nice words.
Yeah, Vessel now still sitting with 2 charges. What's Mickey going for? He's going Boots of Travel after this Midas and the urn, but his urn has 0 charges at the moment.
Yeah, he unfortunately wasn't really in range of a lot of these kills to get the earn charges. They're so important for an Invoker because he just synergizes so well with the Cold Snap, of course. He's going Travels Midas on a mid Invoker when you already have a Luna and a Wraith King. That is very greedy.
Looks like they're going to try and take over the entirety of the map in terms of trying to farm, and it might.
Yeah, might also just backfire though.
Yeah.
4,000 gold invested into what is basically nothing that you can really fight with, right?
Oxy has this Blink Dagger. He's trying to get a Blink into the Fiend's Grip. They just were a little bit short of getting Supreme in that situation.
Yeah, Supreme from the rough laning phase. Sort of recovered, not quite yet. But doing decently okay. It's gonna have his Kaya Sanch ready to go. And both teams are really just fine farming, which I do think probably benefits Liquid a little more. Or they just double smoked, didn't they?
Better retreat! Retreat!
Did they?
I think so. And BKB finished on Luna. So this is the go time. Get a kill or two into Roche.
Radiant's middle tower is under
What's Zai
attack.
going for now? Halberd? Okay.
Voxy's really looking for Supreme.
He wants to get a kill with this Blink Dagger. I don't think he's shown yet.
Yeah. They're just gonna force the issue at Roshan, which Alliance should know because they just haven't shown anywhere for the longest time. But are they gonna contest it? It's not the fastest Roche.
Radiant are scanning.
They're not scanning the pit actually, so...
Now they have, but they've also been scanned themselves.
They're just gonna give away the
Murderous
Roche, right?
Kisses. And the jump in! Oh, they got the kill on the Roche. Matama Man technically getting a snatch. They have the Cold Snap as well as the Eclipse coming down. They'll get the kill on a Supreme. Almost well timed with the Mortimer's Kisses getting dropped down into the pit.
Yeah, he did get the kill at least, so it makes it somewhat worth it because he got a lot of experience from it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But that death is still a very big setback for him.
Double damage!
How's Luna doing? Going back into the Dragonlance again, very standard stuff. The troll is getting very big though. Oh, initiating on
Yeah,
the
quick
snap.
kill on Hanskin.
So easy. Oh, they also caught the Venno.
They still have Fiend's Grip. Nightmare pulled off, and they're just gonna Fiend's Grip this Spirit Breaker. If you're gonna take the Nightmare, they might as well just get you, and they'll get the kill. They'll look for the Blink as well as the Wraith Fire Blast onto the Venomancer. Follow that up with a Tornado. But Tama Man not working with a lot of mana. They'll TP in a +1 over to the side of the tower. Ends up being Supreme, who's locked in the trees for a second, and with that Liquid, you don't push into the tier 2, and I guess that TP does do its job by pushing them off the tower.
Yeah, but they're not really addressing this troll issue at all. He has a BKB now, which means only the grip can really hinder him in those team fights, which they, in all honesty, don't have the best ways of cancelling. It's pretty much just a Spirit Breaker. Like Void Spirit until the Aghanims won't be the best at dealing with that Bane.
Yeah, so they have to be pretty ready for the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, I mean, they do have good ways to stop the Spirit Breaker, right? Tornado, Cold Snap. Even the
Having
Nightmare,
the right
potentially.
positioning.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Obviously, the Blink Dagger allows him to get the right positioning or try to get the right positioning, but he also is lacking that Aether Lens at the moment, which is something that really helps you kind of commit from afar that makes you harder to spot.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's such a staple item on Bane.
Has fallen.
There's the charge on
charge a bit.
Boxy. He'll blink back.
Tower is under attack.
Quick fingers. SB going into Shadowblade.
Dire structures
The
are
classic
fortified.
SB is going SB.
Four-man smoke.
Yeah, just to the top tower.
Dire
Venomancer is setting out. He has to be so careful. He's all alone. If they initiate right now, he might just feed. Or they don't know.
Radiant's bottom tower
And the Gale didn't land, and this charge stops. He was looking for the Nether Strike. But it gets hit with the Tornado, Cold Snap, and the EMP coming through. They've got the silence out on the Spirit Breaker. Meanwhile, over to the side, they get the kill on a Boxy, so it's going to be a 1-for-1 so far. In, though, on the Veno is Zai. They'll get the kill on Leslau, not until after he pops that ult. Mickey looking to catch up with a +1. He sees Supreme and won't go after it.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate that they had to TP in 1-by-1 like that. And as you saw, Spirit Breaker just has no game against Invoker when he's ready with Cold Snap. Instantly gets cancelled, EMP'd, out of mana, out of life. There's not a whole lot you can do, unfortunately.
Ags next for the Invoker.
Yeah. The Cataclysm on the Wraith King stun or Fiend's Grip. Very strong combo. And the real question for Liquid is, can they kite the troll enough in those team fights?
Well, they've almost got the Halberd, and then if they could get the right positioning for the Fiend's Grip, it's certainly possible.
Yeah, and post BKB they also have Deafening Blast and Ice Wall. It's just, can they survive the troll BKB timing? Because he's hitting really hard right now.
Radiant are scanning.
Premise.
Oh, they caught him with the grip.
Ooh, instead, they blink over. They find the grip onto the troll. The charge comes in onto the Bane, but it's not going to be in time. Nico Baby ends up dead. They'll get a +1 for him coming through. Both Matumba Man and Zai on a dominating spree.
Wow, that's such a massive kill. Blink Dagger obviously paying off very, very well. That Blink Grip, like he did not expect it at all, Nico Baby.
Dire's middle tower has
They even have a Sentry Ward up there, so he probably didn't even know they had vision there.
Dire's middle tower
They're just high ground? They have a very strong push draft, so...
Yeah, with the Luna, it's certainly possible.
They have no Glyph.
Oh, blink in, and now the Nightmare. They've got the Brain Sap charge coming through all the way on Matumba Man, but they've got the Soulbind. There's the Silence with the Wraith Fire Blast hitting two. The right clicks are coming in. The Glaives are bouncing around. The Mortimer's Kisses is being topped on to this Luna. You get the kill on Matumba Man. They end up losing Leslau. Nico Baby, though, bought back the BKB's duration is about to end. So let's see if they even try to turn this. They've got the charge coming out onto Mickey, who's been soloed out. Boxy coming over to try and help out his Invoker. He doesn't have Nightmare for 8 seconds. Fiend's Grip on cooldown for another 45. The charge is being committed all the way through. They've got another Dust to make sure that they can catch him, but they've got the Nightmare onto the Troll. The Fire Snap Cookie. Oh no, the Tornado!
Nice tornado.
Onto 4, but it's not going to matter. Mickey still dies, and it looks like Boxy will be a +1. He'll be caught in the 8th, the Remnant, and Boxy falls to Hanskin. It was close for, I want to say, Mickey getting out of that one, but it is still very tough to make it happen surrounded by 4.
Yeah, it's a little costly that you have to buy back the troll there, which is of course the highest net worth of your team, but they do get 3 exit kills, so it's probably worth it. But if he dies again, it could just be game over. So he has to be very, very careful now.
Actually doesn't matter.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Might be true, Insania. It might be true. This death actually doesn't matter.
Which one though? There was a lot of deaths.
Well, it could be all of them, considering the troll bought back, and that gives them a win condition.
Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, I don't think Troll will just be singled out like that again by the Bane for like a full Fiend's Grip duration. How's up, boy? He's going Axe on the Wraith King. Wow, haven't seen that in forever.
It's that off-lane vibes that you get from that Ags. Meanwhile, Aramis coming onto the high ground, and well, he's, I believe, not spotted right there by Zai.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Makes me wonder if you just build like conventional Wraith King items like AC, BKB, like wouldn't it just be more efficient? Because Axe is, it's very unexplored, so I can't honestly tell how strong it is. But I mean, take a 70 attack speed, 25 movement speed.
They're forcing the issue. They want to go. They're looking over at Matumba Man. They've got themselves the BKB. They're going to go for the Luna. Insania, he's there for some help. He's got
no
the
BKB on the
info.
Troll.
Zai now moving forward. Troll's lost the BKB. They'll go to the Fire Snap Cookie. They've got all 5 around to make sure that they can keep the troll safe. Get down, Mr. President. We'll get you out of here.
That was really scary. Like, he was almost in range for the grip, and the BKB just ran out. So any invoker spell that hits you means certain death. But they managed to bail him out just on the edge. So let me read on this Wraith King Scepter. 7 seconds. Buffs the transformed units with 70 attack speed and 25% movement speed. Doesn't sound half bad, except it means that you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's a pretty big problem, right? Let's say your Luna dies, still can fight for 7 seconds, but then you're still dead.
Could do a lot, though, in 7 seconds.
Sure, sure. It's not a bad axe by any means. Can the units be stunned? Or are they, like, invulnerable? Is my real question.
I don't know if I have an answer for you.
Because if they're invulnerable, then it's pretty broken. But if they can be stunned and whatnot, then it's not as good, right?
5k lead with Matama Man about to finish the pike.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah. Matu very rich. Queuing up the 2 bottom for free though. Threatening the high ground a little bit. And then they say JK. Just forcing you back, lol.
Successful in forcing them back, though.
Very successful, yeah. Now they're all back in the base, and they probably want to look for a fight here, Alliance does, because otherwise you wouldn't TP all your heroes back to better that. Maybe a smoke? No smoke? It's a little bit awkward. Like if you're in Alliance's position right now, because you're all stuck in your own base. Roshan is up. They have a lot of damage. They might just do it before Alliance can react.
Yeah, not sure they're gonna get here in time.
It's so fast with the Alacrity. Can they make it in time? They're just now taking the outputs. It's too late already.
are scanned.
Shard Aegis on Luna.
Your shot immortality to the
Ay.
Yeah,
Very
the
big.
shard is strong.
Yeah, it's one of the best shards in the game on the Luna.
Not going to be fun to deal with, and Alliance didn't really have a counter for that, so now you've got a second life to deal with on the Luna. It's going to be really difficult for Alliance, and they need to really buy some time.
Yeah, I'm kind of just looking at Alliance and like what their next power spike is. So they have the bash on the troll finished, which is a good first step, but like Venomancer just feels kind of like useless at this point, you know? It doesn't really offer any stuns. It's like pure damage that gets completely mitigated by BKB, which is the main reason why I just don't like the hero most of the time. What items is he going for? Just a Hellbird? Or BKB himself? Okay. I guess we'll see what sort of impact he'll have, but it looks very difficult right now.
Okay, finishes off the Ag. So does Zai.
Yeah. Now it's go time for them. Just finish 2 really big core items.
It's big power
They
spike.
might just knock on the high ground. Yeah. They could just push in the middle potentially, because the tower is already gone. Rexa exposed. We're going to Skadi next.
Bit hesitant, but now they'll go to the charge. It's gonna find Boxy. Boxy's just dead. It's got the Wraith King Ags to stay alive for 7 seconds longer, where he'll just nightmare himself. Okay.
Well, oh, they're getting
Charge
another
coming over
support kill
now
here
to
potentially.
Insania. They'll go to the Eclipse.
Wow.
3 strikes and you're dead for Ramus. You get the 8th rune to land on a Matoma Man, but it doesn't really lead to anything more. Not sure if Alliance are looking to make a jump on this. They're still fighting into the Aegis, technically. Really 2 Aegises. You've got one built into Zai.
Look, he's just 1v5ing right now.
Yeah, he's just moving forward and nobody's answering the call to go after Zai. They look over at Nico Baby. They've got the Nightmare as well as the Fiend's Grip. They position well enough, but Supreme, he's got that egg, so he gets the silence out on a Boxy. Zai taking a lot of damage, but Alliance, they're still looking for their opening to make their move into this fight. Zai getting a little bit low, but he doesn't quite care. He does have that reincarnation only on a 60-second cooldown, and he's looking to press the issue.
I can't believe how he just bulldozed in there all by himself. I think if Alliance knew, they could have definitely killed him twice in time. Because he was alone for like a good 10 seconds or so. But yeah, Liquid is very hesitant to go high ground here. Of course, not the easiest task against the Veno, but as I said, they just go for it.
Cliff comes out. These Plague Wards are becoming a very big nuisance.
Yeah, once the tower's gone, the Rex
They're
will
wrapping
follow
around
them.
the back. They've got a couple of heroes going in onto the Grimstroke to look over as the Nightmare. He's going to save the life of this Grimstroke. No, he's going to be dead for a moment. The charge comes out onto this Grim.
There's a drop gem.
And he will eventually fall. So Insania does go down. And the wraparound works to get themselves at least one support. Meanwhile, Cataclysm drops down on Hanskin as well as Aramis. They get the kill onto the Spirit Breaker. They'll look over at Hanskin and take out a second, but Boxy ends up falling. They're going for Nico Baby. They land the Lucent Beam. They've got Nico coming over with a Deafening Blast.
Oh,
He gets the ulti off, but it's not going to matter. He's disarmed. He is Lucent Beamed, and eventually he is dead. Matumba Man with the triple kill and dominating spree.
Does have a buyback though. Luna with the DD now as well. DD plus Alacrity is going to be critting for like a good 1300 or so. And even with the troll buyback, you have to be so careful. Your BKB is not on cooldown yet. Could potentially cost you the entire game if you die now. Look at the Rex fall. Oh
They're
my
stepping
God.
forward, and Astral Step, he's got a lot of range of motion. So Supreme's not going to die here, but he's down to half health, and they're just going to go to the tier 4s. He's caught himself kind of out of the base. He's got to come in from behind them, and they go to the ult from Leslau. Will lose his courier, and they'll buy back on the troll. So they're going to TP him into the front lines, and they'll go after this Snapfire.
He's out of mana on Wraith King?
He's just pushing in, and he's just going to go for the Snap and the rest. Back alive for the second time. Spirit Vessel pretty far away from his team. They've got the Aether Remnant, and Zai, well, now you got 7 seconds to live.
Yeah, walking about. I don't know, this action feels like a meme to me. Another charge on the Invoker.
Yeah, Deafening Blast. They were looking for the charge. They grab the Nether Strike. Mickey is going to get obliterated.
And there's a gem gone. Well, Luna has a Satanic now, so he's super strong. 8k net of the troll.
But still showing that they can get pickoffs and get these kills.
Yeah, that's what Spirit Breaker excels at, right? You gotta be really careful when you're Liquid here that you protect your backline properly, because we've seen in the previous series already how important it is to really protect your support. That Bane grip is just of utmost importance.
So
almost as a butterfly too. Man, he's so rich on Matu.
Yeah. Being so far ahead of the troll, and we'll say the game's kind of sitting close. 10k is not exactly blowing out of the water, and with the way the fights have gone, it's not exactly like Liquid have run away with this one.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, all it takes is one mistake and the game is over. Troll no buyback again. So 6 minutes of opportunity here to get a potential game-ending kill. And this Luna is just, wow, man. He's 6 slotted at
Super
minute
farmed.
35. Yeah. Yeah. Once he's electrocuted, you don't want to be near that boy. I feel like even the troll matches lose to her now in a straight up 1v1 man fight.
They took the Alacrity talent on Invoker as well.
Yeah, it's just so strong. I don't know exactly how much though. It says here 129. Attack speed, 129 damage. It's a lot of damage. And attack speed. Oh, Leslau!
Yeah, getting run down. Loosen Beam forcing the BKB. He'll go to the ulti, and now coming behind them, though, is going to be the Troll going after Zai. But there's the Wraith Fire Blast that's going to hit onto the Troll. They'll get the kill on the Boxy. They'll take out this Bane to start this fight off. Dead for 45 seconds without buyback. The EMP's not going to land on anybody. They've got the Fire Stab Cookie and the Luna kind of soloed out. Stunned up,
BKB.
and killed off for 7 seconds. The right clicks come through. He drops the Eclipse. He's going to be dead in a second. Can he still get the kill on the Troll? No, he can't. They've lost 3 as Insania will fall. Matoma Man will finally lose that 7-second extra life.
Yeah, he didn't pop his BKB on Matu and gets perma stun locked.
So all of a sudden, it's just 7k. Zai's down here. Wraith Fire Blast, Cataclysm, not going to do that much damage.
Yeah, needed the dust. Has to be careful. There could be potentially a couple of TPs. So Zai's just TPing top now. What does he want to do here? You're only 3 heroes, guys. You gotta be careful.
Scatter Blast, Zai, Wraith Fire Blast, but they have caught Boxy again. This Bane is in a lot of trouble. They've got Supreme right up on him. The right click's coming in for Nico, baby, and now the Moonumber's Kisses, but he's got that second life for the 7 seconds. Wraith King moving forward, losing his first life. Fiend's Grip for the 7-second duration. They won't be able to get the kill on the Void Spirit just yet, but they're looking over the Troll. So low on health. Charge coming in with the Spirit Vessel. Charge hits onto 2. They've got themselves the ulti coming out from the Spirit Breaker to get the kill on the Evoker. Troll still sitting so low, but they finally get the kill on Nico, baby, who's going to be dead for 2 minutes with the Wraith King moving forward and getting the kill on Hanskin. Mickey finally loses his life. He'll buy back with the BKB being popped by Leslau. He'll TP out. They've got 3 heroes alive for the side of Alliance and Liquid, but no Troll buyback.
Yeah, they have, when Luna's up, about 90 seconds to potentially end this game. I think they want to take the outpost and maybe make Luna TP there straight away. Or perhaps not. Makes me wonder if they want to press the issue at all. Because I do think they actually have enough time to just end this game. With the Alacrity.
Knowing that Troll bought back, and they should know to push the game, right?
Yeah, and I don't know how the other 4 heroes are going to defend against this Luna. It's going to be a big task. Supreme trying to set up something, but it's only 1 tower left too.
They're going to go if they have a minute to go. Dissimulate. They already got the kill here onto the Grimstroke. Grimstroke taken out very early on into this fight. They go to the Inkswell. Inkswell is going to pop. They've got themselves the Eclipse raining down, but is it going to be enough damage? They look over now at Supreme as well as Aramis. They'll get the kill onto the Spirit Breaker. They'll take out Supreme. He's got buyback ulti in from Leslau, but the Glaives hitting the base, hitting Leslau. Back and forth they go. They're going to try and gobble up as well as spit out onto this side of Liquid. But these Mortimer Kisses are not enough, and Alliance will fall in game 1.
Wow. Like, I can't believe they took that fight with like 3 heroes, managed to kill the Troll. Sure, they lose a couple of heroes in the process, but they just buy back and just end the game with it. Like, they lost so much net worth in that fight alone, but they recognize killing that Troll is a winning condition. They kill him, and just apparently just run down middle. What can you do about it?
Yeah, no Troll, and there is nothing that they can do at all. And ultimately, it ends up being Liquid taking game 1. There was an opportunity, I think, for Alliance to bring that game completely back, but when you lose the Troll in that fight over in the top lane, and without buyback, there's just no shot that they're not going to just push through with the Luna. So Liquid, they take game 1. See if they could take game 2 and eliminate Alliance, or if we're going to go to 3 games. We'll be back in a moment. We're going to take a quick break and then back with the panel. Stay right there.